Welcome to Policing with Pride. I am Michael Severe. We are joined this week by the 2021 Civilian Employee of the Year, Kim Miller. She is the Administrative Assistant at Papillion Police. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, you bet. Glad I can do it.
What was that feeling like when you found out you had won the award?
Oh, it was great. You know, it's always nice to be recognized for work that you do, and it's such a great department. So yeah, it was a nice honor.
Yeah, the chief gets up there and he says a bunch of nice stuff about you. Yeah, no, I think you don't ever, you want, it's great hearing that stuff, but maybe not great sometimes standing there as he's saying it.
Yes, exactly. That awkward moment of, okay, I just want to sit down. You
Right.
know this. You've asked me to come and talk with you for a while now.
I have.
2021 was so, obviously I'm not one to really, I don't like to talk about myself. But here we are.
But here we are, exactly.
we are.
So give me kind of a daily list of what you do. Does it depend on the day? I mean, is your Monday different from your Wednesday?
Oh, every day is different.
Every day is different.
Every day is different. You know, I think my main job is to support the command staff at the police department. Certainly, chief being number one.
Mm-hmm.
If he needs something, I'm there for him. But managing calendars, doing correspondence, emails, getting together statistics if they need that for reports. I help with monthly crime reporting. I work a little bit with our recruiting.
Yeah.
I work on that side a little bit, which is nice because I like the creative part of that and coming up with different ideas for I help with social media, and so there's a lot going on.
In terms of the social media part, obviously that's newer. When did you start at the police department?
So I actually started part-time at the police department in 2018.
Okay.
So I worked up front with clerical, doing just records and customer service at the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Paula retired, she was the previous executive assistant or administrative assistant. I applied and got the job, and now I work full-time with Chief Whitted, and I think it's the best job in the world. I love my job.
Really?
I do. I love the people. I love the department. Chief is a great guy. Everyone. They're such good people.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, there's something about knowing that I'm there that, I know it sounds silly, but I feel like I can care for all of them and just be that familiar face and, I don't know, kind of the mom in the group.
Yeah. It's hard for most of us to keep one calendar. You know?
Yes.
Sometimes you have your calendar, your family calendar, but to have 3 or 4 different calendars,
right. They're all very self-reliant.
Okay.
So, you know, maybe in 10 years when if they retire and we get a new team in there, that might be a little challenging, but I've got them well trained now. They're actually, that's Paula. Paula had them well trained.
Right. Was Chris already the chief when you started full time?
Yes, he had just been no, he was acting chief.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, he was interim, and then I was hired, and then he had to go through that entire process. And I was on pins and needles also, because when you don't know who your boss is going to be, that can determine a lot of things for you. So
kind of cool. You guys can grow together in the job, though, right?
Yes.
I mean, you becoming full time, him becoming full time chief.
Yeah, and I think we make a great team. You have to ask the chief, but let me know when you're going to ask him.
Okay,
so I'll give him a heads up, chief. Say it's great. Say we work together well.
Yeah.
So.
In terms of phone calls, things like that.
Yes.
Can that be sometimes kind of stressful? Because obviously anytime people call a police department for anything, it can be stressful.
Sure.
Dealing with all of that?
You know, I think having worked up in the front desk really prepared me because I knew how to handle certain calls that come in. Many of our calls, we transfer them to dispatch because that's usually what they're looking for, some type of assistance, even if it's a non-emergency issue and they want to talk to an officer. But you know, everyone has an opinion and everyone wants to call, and so most times I will take some of the calls and just try to handle it at the lowest possible level, and other times we'll take their information and kind of pass it up the chain and see where it goes from there.
Yeah. Living in Omaha is one thing. It's a big giant city, but this is like you're part of the community. It's important to be part of the community for you?
You know, my kids grew up in Papillion. Yeah. My husband is from Papillion. We're retired Air Force, and we had settled in Papillion. Yes, so we love Papillion. You know, like I said, my husband grew up here. I raised my boys here, and it feels small town. Mm-hmm. I'm from a small town, but Papillion is large enough that not everyone knows your business.
That's a good point, yeah.
Yes, but at the same time, you recognize faces, and it's just a really welcoming city. It really is a great city to support, and like I said, if we can keep it that way, and if my little role over at the PD helps to support those officers from keeping everyone safe, then or keeping everyone safe. Not from safety, but keeping them all safe. That's the way to do it.
How many permanent parties did you guys have before you ended up back here?
We've always been here.
Oh, okay. So you haven't had, okay.
No, in fact, I'm from actually Clarinda, Iowa.
Sure.
And I joined the Air Force to see the world and got stationed at Offutt. Yes. So I did 9 years, just 70
In
some
one
miles.
place?
Yes.
Wow.
Here the whole time. So I didn't get to see much, but
Right. Not even TDY stuff? You didn't go?
I went a couple TDYs,
Okay.
but stateside.
Right.
Nothing overseas. So my husband went to Korea, and we got to take the boys there, and that was
awesome.
really neat. Yeah. That was cool.
Everything smells like kimchi. That's what I think about
True.
when I think
It
about
is true.
think about Korea. That's funny. So, what are your goals? Professional goals?
You know, my professional goals, I've done quite a bit in my life. You know, what do they say? Jack of all trades, master of nothing. That's pretty much me. So I think professional goals, I would love to stay with the city. You know, I would love to stay in my role and support the department any way that I can. I don't know that I want to go back to school. I do have my master's already. And
Well, what else is there? A PhD?
yeah, I know. No, that's a lot. So I think professionally, goodness, someday I'll write a book. I want to write a book. So I guess that's kind of a personal professional goal.
Fiction and nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
Really?
Yes.
About your life? About the job? About Chief Whitted? Because that'd be funny. I'm telling you right now, it'd be a comedy.
It'd be flying off the shelves for sure. Probably more just self-help and just self-actualization and things that we can do to be a better person. You know, I used to teach in the Air Force. I taught leadership, and one of the things that I would share with the airmen was, you know, at the end of this class, I just want to know you're a better person. I just want to know that something that you learned here helped you to be kind to someone else, to encourage someone else. You know, the power of our words, sometimes we take it for granted, especially with social media today, right?
Yeah.
But just to encourage, use words that build. Quit tearing each other down. Just use words that build one another up. So I guess if I was to do anything, I love to encourage people. I guess that's just in me. I'm an encourager.
You do that in the office as well?
I do.
Sometimes Lieutenant Higgins can get a little surly.
I do.
Just kind of encourage him to not be that way.
I have found out though, if I'm having a bad day, everybody knows, and so I need to work on that. Apparently, I don't talk as much if it's a rough morning. So I've been told that a couple times this week, and I don't know how I feel
Already
about it. So yeah, but.
And it is good. That is, you said you love your job. There's nothing better than going to a job where you really don't know what's going to happen that day.
Right.
Like I know you got lots of experience already in 3 years, but I'm sure there's something each week that's new.
Oh yes. All the time there's something new and a challenge that pops up, and sometimes I love a challenge. I love to be challenged. I love to stay busy, and so I do love that it's not the same thing every day. I love the idea of knowing that I know my people. I know I have a great support system, and so if something comes up, if I don't know the answer, then I'll find it. You know, YouTube, Google. You can Google anything these days.
That's very true. That's very true. Last thing, and I asked everybody this: what does policing with pride mean to you? That's what this series is called.
Sure. It's about character. It's about integrity. It's about passion and heart and doing the right thing all the time. And it's about thinking about others before yourself and knowing that you represent something bigger than yourself, and that you are responsible for the safety and the care of our community. And so you're just stepping out every day, putting your best foot forward, not really knowing what the day holds, but trusting that your folks are going to be there for you and you're going to be there for them.
Perfect answer.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Kim, thanks. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.